If you're further than this, you should be running the other direction. All right. So, basic operations of the gun. From this point, one thing that you need to do to load it, and yours is the exact same way. There is no safety whatsoever. So all you have to do is stick the magazine in and let it fly. Okay. I don't ever want to see you holding it and letting it slide forward. You're not going to break the gun.
Okay.
If you're making it load, just pull it and let it fly. Okay. So after that, it's just point and shoot. The only safety on it is going to be this trigger spring right here. So as long as your entire finger's on the trigger, it's going to be ready to fire. Okay. What that does is it prevents it from just being pushed back if something's in a case or something like that. So nothing to worry about. When you're looking at your sights, you have the exact same sights as this gun. So during the daytime, what you want to do is line up the top of this front post with the top of these two rear posts. And the front post is going to be right in the center there. Okay.
So fit the square in there.
Yep. And right on top of this front post is where you want to put the target.
Okay.
So if you're aiming at that X should be just on top of the center post.
Okay.
All right. The little dots are for nighttime shooting, so we're not going to worry about those right now. What you want to actually use is the post itself.
Okay.
So.
And then to eject the magazine again.
To eject it is to push this right here. And you've only got one side to eject it on this gun. So it's always with your left thumb. Okay. You don't push it with your finger or anything. This is going to be a one-handed operation, and we'll get into why that is later. Okay. So you want to always have another hand free to work. So grip on the gun. This is the tang of the gun. Right in between your thumb and finger goes right in the tang there. Okay. Wrap it all the way around. Your hand isn't as big as mine, but you can still do it just fine. You've got more than enough hand. So one hand should always be able to hold the gun. Okay. You're going to always have that second hand available to steady yourself, but always hold the weight of the gun in your right hand. Okay. Second hand comes right over, wraps around. Okay. Again, I know your hand isn't as big, but you're still going to be able to wrap around with 3 fingers. Third finger rests on the side. Thumbs are on top of one another. Okay. So you're going to have the most support right there. Or you can just put your thumbs like that. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Thumbs are on top of one another on the same side of the gun. Don't try wrapping around or anything like that. Okay. So again, weight in the right hand, steady with the left. All right. Come up, center of the post, aims right below the target that you're shooting at. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and give this to you. Whenever you pass off a gun, it's always open. Okay, so the way you open it, rack that slide back and push that up. You see it catches right there. Okay. So you always pass it off to somebody open.
Pop out something there, right? If it was loaded.
Yep, anything that would have been loaded would have popped out there. So same thing. You put the magazine in, rip that back. So whether it's closed or open, when you load it, just rip it back.
Okay, so if I ripped it back, if I forgot, if I loaded it and I pulled it again, it won't do anything bad. It'll just...
It'll eject the shell is all.
Oh, okay.
No big deal.
That's all it's going to do. So if you ever want to eject a shell, just open that up, check and see that it's clear. If you can see the barrel and there's nothing in there, you're good to go. All right. The only other safety feature this gun has to tell that it's loaded is you can see that there's a bullet in there if you've actually got one.
Okay.
So pass it off to you.
Okay.
All right. So how do you load it?
Stick the magazine in.
Rack it. All right.
Back. Oh, see, I almost did that.
Yep. You're trying to cross it there.
Okay. This finger's just right there. I couldn't see.
You can rest it on the side. You can try and wrap it around. It's up to you. Your hands are smaller, so you can make it work.
Okay.
But that finger, if you have it up on the side, it helps steady it as well.
Okay.
And so you're lining up those posts right on the target, right underneath it there. And then you just slowly squeeze the trigger back.
Okay.
So go ahead and give it a squeeze. You'll feel the striker fire.
What?
You'll feel the striker fire. So
Okay.
just a long, slow squeeze. There you go.
And it should always be a surprise when it fires for you. You don't want to jerk.
Okay.
You're going to be terrified of it, just like everybody else is, but the gun's not going to hurt you. You're in control of the gun.
Okay.
So control the gun.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so what I want,
Range is hot.
yep,
Range is hot.
I want 2 rounds on target. So yep, put your left hand where you need it. Finger stays off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
You want what on the target?
What?
What did you say you want on the target?
So the target is going to sit right on top of the center post.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then you line up the 3 posts right
Okay.
underneath it.
Wow.
Okay,
No,
finger out of the
wait.
trigger,
Again,
out of the
right?
if you come off target, finger always comes out of the trigger. This
Okay.
is a semi-automatic, so as soon as
I
you
could
pull the
just keep
trigger,
going?
it's ready to load again.
Seriously?
Yep. So it'll go until you stop squeezing the trigger. All right. So you see what you're doing here. You're anticipating the shot. All right. So finger out of the
Shaking.
trigger here for a second.
I
All right.
still have my finger. Okay.
Yep. Yep. It's always second nature for a beginner to leave their finger in the trigger. So you see that?
Okay.
Just 2 hands. If you've got to unload it, magazine always comes out first, okay?
Where's,
So
Okay.
magazine comes out, and then if they're still around in the chamber, what you can do is either just rack it and let it fly out, or you can open it and let it fall into your hand like
okay.
that. So what you're doing here is you saw that first round look perfect, right? Sorry, I'll look at you proper. So that first round was perfect. Why was that?
Because it shocked me.
Yep.
I wasn't ready.
You were
for it.
scared, you weren't ready for it.
Okay. I know my legs are shaking. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
So those next 2 rounds, what you're doing is you're compensating for the kick.
Okay.
So you're forcing the gun down.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And that tells me that you're not squeezing.
Okay.
Okay. So you just want to squeeze back slowly. If you've got to pause and take a breath, pause and take a breath. This is day 1. Okay. If you feel yourself starting to move the gun around like this, put the gun down for a second, pull your finger out of the trigger, take a breath. Okay. You're too tense. You're not going to do yourself any good by squeezing
know.
off another round. Okay. We're learning to shoot proper here.
Okay.
And the phrase that I always got at the range is slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Okay.
Okay. So learn slow and you get good.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do 2 rounds at a time, never
Okay.
more than 2. So you're going to bring it up on target, take your time, 1 round. You can look your head up, but I want you to keep the gun up. And then you can pop another round off.
Okay.
Bring the gun down, take a breath.
Okay.
Then we're going to come back up, back on target, 2 more rounds.
Okay.
Take a breath. All right?
Yep.
What we're going to work on here is your stance, and I want you to try this both ways. What you're doing so far is fine. And so you're just doing a regular 2-foot even stance. So you want to square both of your feet up with the target. You should be bent at the hips a little bit. So your weight is forward into the gun already. Okay? You're not having to force the gun down, your weight is forward. All right? So you're able to absorb that recoil. Your arms are going to be a little bit bent, so they're able to absorb the recoil. You don't need them straight out.
Okay.
Don't shoot like Uncle Ron. It's not pretty. Okay? So, everything is bent, everything's loose. Bring it up on target. You can try that. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of clips with you facing the target like this,
Okay.
and then we'll try something different. Okay? So, you can get up as close as you want, and we can move closer if you want to.
Okay.
Okay? But this is about the right range to learn. So feet shoulder width apart. Good job.
Did I hit it?
Yep.
Can't see.
Don't worry if you hit it.
Yep.
Just, I want 2 rounds, and I want you to aim at the dead center of that target. We'll worry about hits later.
And just squeeze. Okay, take a breather.
So when you come off target, both hands stay on the gun. All I want you to do is just lower the gun. This is called the close ready position.
Okay.
Okay. So what you're doing is you're evaluating what you just did. The gun is still able to be brought back up on target instantly.
Okay.
So you're gonna go from sighted in down to a 45-degree angle, and you're gonna check out what you did.
Okay.
Take a breath if you need to. Come back up, 2 more rounds. Okay.
Okay.
Are you keeping both your eyes open or just using one?
Let me think about it this time.
Both eyes open.
Okay.
Both eyes always open.
I don't know what I was doing. Yep. Alan, I can't do it with both eyes open. I have 2 guns.
Yeah, some people don't. Some people have a.
Well, you can try it with one eye.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you have a.
I have a lazy left.
She's got a lazy left, so
Okay.
yeah, she'll get confused. My cousin Doug's the same way.
You distracted her.
Whoops. Sorry, Clara.
Sorry.
It's
Now
like-
watch where your thumb's at. If your thumb's up there, it's going to get caught on the slide. Okay.
Yeah.
Always keep your hands
Hold
under
on.
control. Yep. So, where are we at? Close ready, gun's still level. Okay, gun is always level in your hands. You can bring your elbows down, rest them on yourself. Okay. So, close ready.
Yep.
Come back up. 2 more rounds on target. Take a breath. If you got to take a breath, take a breath. Put the gun down, take a breath.
I can't even see. I'm totally missing it, aren't I?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Well, what we need to do is, sorry, we'll just work with this one, okay? So, where are you aiming?
The X is right on top of my 3 dots,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Just run that through in your head over and over. If you start seeing that X moving around in that front picture, lower the gun.
Okay.
Okay. If you can't hit it, it's not worth shooting at.
Okay.
Okay. So relax yourself. You're in control of the gun. Yeah, it's a pop. Okay. But you're the one that controls when that pop happens. Okay. Slow squeeze. Bring it up on target. 2 rounds.
Out of bullets, Clara.
Oh,
Yep. So when it locks back like that,
I
you're
didn't
empty.
see it.
Okay. So how do we make a safe gun?
Check the barrel, eject the magazine.
Eject the magazine, and the slide's already open. So that's
Okay.
a safe weapon right there. When the slide is open, everybody can see it's unloaded, so you're good to go. Okay. So now we're going to load another 10 rounds and go again.